Hernandez, Hutt, Krikorian, Lee, McCosker, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
Okay, first order of business.
Approval of the minutes of May 23rd, 2023.
Councilmember Lee moves and Councilmember Soto Martinez seconds. Next.
Combinatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Hutt moves and Councilmember Yaroslavsky
Alive!
seconds.
It's alive!
Mr. President, items 1 and 2 are items noticed for public hearing.
Hello,
Items
everyone.
3 through 8 are items for which public
What's up,
hearings have
everybody?
been held. Items 9 through 17 are items for which public hearings
Just in
have not been
time.
held. Please note that the annual budget resolution for fiscal year 2023-24
Just
has
in
been
time.
submitted
Good
for
morning,
item 17
everybody.
and is now online under council file number 23-0600. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Okay, without objection, those items are now before us. Do any members have any items they'd like to call special at this time? Members?
Besides you, you're
Special
special.
items?
Special. Is that Mr. Sachs in the front row with all his shit? I think it is. That blue arm with all the crap and the
All right,
bags
seeing none.
everywhere. I must say that's Mr. Sachs. I'm gonna say he's getting in here
Clerk,
today.
Vote on some items which have not been
You're
called
getting
special.
back into the
Yes,
mix.
Mr. President.
Which items are before us?
The council may now vote on items 3 through 8.
Hey, how come he doesn't have his
Okay.
mask on today, the
These
city
comments,
clerk?
Members,
How come?
let's open the roll.
Clerk, did he flatten the
Close
curve
roll,
all of a
tabulate the
sudden?
vote.
That he didn't flatten for
10
the
ayes.
last 3 years?
The ordinances for items 6 and 7 will be held over to
First
Wednesday,
time I've
May
seen his
31st,
face, ever.
2023 for second consideration, unless reconsidered with 12 members present.
Okay, members, we've
Somebody
got
actually
two,
talked him into
exciting
some sense.
presentations this morning. We're going to
Hey, man, just stop being a fucking
Yeah,
moron.
absolutely.
Your shit
Moving
looks
on Zoom.
stupid. Really? Yeah, really, man. Get over it. That was
First
the
up, we've
conversation.
got Fleet Week,
Pretty much, I bet.
an exciting annual celebration. Council District 15 and Council District 11.
Oh, it's Fleet Week. Shout out to all the
Lead the
Navy
way.
vets. The
Councilmember
Navy
Park
vets
at
are
the podium.
here.
With
The Navy vets are
Councilmember Acosta.
here. The Navy vets are here. I don't see Mr. Herman. I can't even tell you if that was Mr. What's his name? Sachs
Good
either. It
morning.
just looked like him.
Good morning,
Looked like his
colleagues.
arm.
I have the distinct honor and privilege as a council member of the 1-5 to welcome the
Yeah,
U.S.
Chance.
Navy's Third Fleet, the U.S. Coast Guard, the United States Marine Corps, and the U.S. Army for the 6th annual Los Angeles Fleet Week 2023 at America's Port, the Port of Los Angeles.
No, that's not America's port. That's Mr. Harlan's port. Oh, and there's Mr. Sachs. You see him? You see him?
It's an honor to be
Look at
here
him
this morning
facing
with
the
my
other way with the
colleague,
blue hat
Councilmember
on.
Park.
Doesn't
And
have his yarmulke on.
Privileged to have all
Mr.
of
Mr.
these
Sachs is right
service
back
people
there.
with us today. Whether it's a domestic emergency,
There's Mr. Harlan
or
right
a
there.
global disaster, our sea service members
So they're
are
there.
always there to provide humanitarian efforts, relief, and protection to the most vulnerable across the globe. LA Fleet Week gives Angelinos the opportunity to thank our sea service members for all the critical work that they do to keep the world safe. This year's LA Fleet Week is expected to bring over 250,000 visitors to events throughout the city of Los Angeles and the LA waterfront, as well as hundreds of service members who have the opportunity to explore everything that
There
our
he
great
is back
city
there
has
with
to
his hat.
offer.
Look at him.
As the largest
He's a part of
Memorial
Fleet
Day
Week.
event
Look at him.
in Southern California,
back there.
this week provides an opportunity for veteran organizations such as the American Legion Post 43, in Hollywood, 283 in the Palisades,
Breaking news. Fetty Wap gets 6 years in a federal penitentiary for federal drug charges. Ouch. 6
LA
years.
County Military and Veterans Affairs.
And that's all 6
the
years,
Navy
ladies and
Leagues
gentlemen.
of
You ain't doing
Hollywood,
3
Los
and getting
Angeles,
off for a
Long
good
Beach,
time.
And the greater Los Angeles
Federal
women,
time, you doing it all.
and all the local veterans of foreign war posts. They all participate.
Yeah, 6 years.
That's just to name a few.
Good little
to
bet.
outreach
It's a good
and
little
network
stretch.
with their fellow veterans. They attend the event's activities in order to strengthen the support and assistance to our vulnerable veterans and to the programs that are provided by both the city and the county of Los Angeles to support our veterans. I cannot overstate how crucial it is that these women and men, as they transition out of service, they need the support. They need support from all of us. And after their bravery and sacrifice, it's important for us to turn to them and do our part.
I love you, buddy.
Through the Fleet Week activities for vets, we're able to build relationships and community between veterans and increase awareness of the mental and physical health issues that folks face when they leave their service. But overall and primarily, Fleet Week is a time of celebration. We will have musical performances from the Navy, the Marines, and more. We'll have tours, and not to be missed, we're going to have the Galley Wars, where the Navy, the Marines, the Coast Guard, and the Army are the defending national champions. They are going to be this year actually preparing a signature turf and a signature turf taco dish with a side, and I, yours truly, as one of the judges. Of course, they always pick the fat guy to be the judge. So thank you all for being here today. I'm so happy to have you here in council chambers and to celebrate with you on the LA waterfront this week. But we're not just on the LA waterfront. We're across the city, and we're also going to be in Venice. Really importantly, we're going to be in Venice. And I'm really honored to turn the microphone over to our colleague, Tracy Park, to give her welcoming and remarks about Fleet Week.
Thank you so much, Councilmember McCosker. A heartfelt thank you to everyone here this morning in uniform. Your commitment and service to our nation do not go unnoticed, and we are immeasurably grateful for your services, your sacrifices.
Kosher
and
tacos,
your
I'm in.
dedication. Councilmember McCosker, as
Give the
your
kitty more love, I'm
coastal
trying
neighbor,
to.
I stand here this morning filled
Does he
with
get
pride.
exercise every once in a while
San
when I
Pedro,
play
of
with him? I
course,
don't have
has
time to
been
play with him
home
all the
to
time.
Fleet Week,
The only
which
cat,
is
the only
Southern
animal here.
California's largest Memorial Day event for
He gets
a lot
his
of
zoomies
years.
in and he
But
runs
now
around
this
every once
year,
in a while.
For the first time, we are very excited, and Venice in particular is proud to be a part of this very important celebration. A little bit about our day on Saturday in Venice. At 8 a.m., we will honor those who gave everything for our nation by placing thousands of flags at the Los Angeles National Cemetery, expressing our deepest gratitude and remembrance. We're going to continue the day at the Venice Boardwalk with a live band performance at Washington Square from 4 to 6 p.m. Please feel free to join us there for that remembrance celebration on Washington Square.
All right, let's smoke.
I also want to take a moment and say that Memorial Day weekend holds a very special significance to me personally, as I am the proud daughter of a U.S. Army veteran. I buried my father on Memorial Day weekend in 2005, a coincidence that forever ties my own personal family story to this day of honor. Although my dad is no longer with us, his voice still resonates within me, a constant reminder of the importance of standing up and fighting for the things that we believe in. Despite my father's aversion to politics, I have no doubt that he would be proud of me this morning, standing here, honoring all of you.
No, I have a
for
feeling your
your
dad wasn't the
service
same
to
as
our
you
country.
and wouldn't agree with what you're
So
doing.
again, I want to thank everyone for
have that
joining
feeling.
us, and to Councilmember McCosker for organizing this wonderful acknowledgement of our service members. Thank you
It's
so
always
much.
about them.
And please join
Always.
us
They
in
always
Venice this
see how she circumvented the whole Fleet Week and gave her 2 minutes about herself and her dad and her.
Councilmember. Thank
Not
you,
about the
Councilmember.
people
We have a
standing
few
behind her,
speakers
which it's
among
about.
these distinguished guests behind me. We have and they will speak in this order. Rear Admiral Rob Chadwick, who was the commandant when one of my nephews was at Annapolis.
Of course.
We have also Rear
My nephew.
Admiral Michael Campbell. We have my dear friend, the remarkable Jonathan Williams, who's the president and CEO
Hi, Jenny.
of the USS Iowa and the director of the LA Fleet Week Foundation. And then we have our very own Chief Thomas Gacy, Chief of the Los Angeles Port Police and the DED.
Because they talk as
of
long
Public
as they
Safety and
want, Red
Emergency
Fox.
Management.
That's why.
So speakers, please.
What
Well,
happened
good
to
morning
Donut?
again. I'm Rear Admiral Rob Chadwick, Commander of Carrier Strike Group 9, and this week I have the honor of leading the Navy element for LA Fleet Week. And I did have the good fortune to lead the Navy element for Fleet Week last year. So one, that means I'm super excited about this week, but I can also say with some authority
There it is. It was
that
off.
Los Angeles set the bar unfairly high for other Fleet Weeks.
notification was off,
last
that's
year,
why.
and they're doing the same thing this year. And it all comes down to
Thanks,
the
Vid.
cooperation we've received from everybody, from the LA Port, LAPD, the Port Police, the LA Fleet Week Foundation. You know, the Coast Guard and
Good,
Navy
thank
ships
you.
are a big part of Fleet Week, but there's some other very important ships that are highlighted this week, and that's relationships, partnerships, and friendships. And so, thank you. Again, we're grateful to be back in LA. Thank you.
I love him.
Well,
Such a
thank
cute
you.
cat.
And wow, what an amazing
Thanks,
event. My name's Mike Campbell. I come from, I'm the Chief of Staff for the Coast Guard 11th District up in Alameda, and our AOR is all of California. So I just want to thank you all for laying out the red carpet and
cat.
hosting such a fantastic event. And honoring our seagoing services.
Well,
As you
some of
all
them are
know, the,
Navy.
Coast
He's
Guard is
Coast
an
Guard
integral
right there,
part
that
of
guy who's
the
talking.
community here in the LA maritime area.
Tell by the color of
Our
the
Coast Guard
uniform.
men and women on a daily basis.
There's a
are out
Marine right there.
protecting our personnel, our
LAPD in the
citizens,
back.
our environment, and ensuring prosperity and the ability for free trade to continue in this critical port. Their families live here in the LA communities, and they are part of your community. And we thank you for welcoming them into your community.
Your 4th month as a
So,
subscriber.
we are
Shout
a
out to you,
critical part,
Laguna,
a
of
critical
course.
team player.
Back for more
Partner
time.
with the city of LA, and we look forward to continuing that partnership for many years to come. And on behalf of Rear Admiral Sugimoto, the 11th District Commander, I want to thank you, and we are truly honored to be here.
Good morning. I'm really excited to be back here at City Hall. I was here about 4 weeks ago, and just thrilled to be here for LA Fleet Week. And thank you, Councilmember McCosker and Park, for your support this year in bringing our troops and sailors and Marines out into the districts. You know, Fleet Week is much more than what you see as this great, fun party time. You know, as Tim mentioned, we have seen over 250,000 participants throughout LA in 100 different events over 7 days
It's a beast.
throughout many of your districts. And those events are not only about having fun and doing band concerts, but it's about building resiliency. It's about building our community's resiliency in service projects, such as we speak right now. Down in South LA, there's a Habitat for Humanity project going as we speak at this moment. There's everything from flag placements at cemeteries, to disaster planning and response efforts, to education programs at schools, to veterans outreach, to the military band concerts, and much more. It really is a dynamic event that crosses those bridges and shows that these wonderful men and women are just like us. They're our dads, our uncles, our sisters, our mothers, and they are true Americans that stepped up and raised their hand to serve our country. And we're deeply appreciative for that. It would not be possible without the hundreds of planners and volunteers that make it happen. You know, both of your staffs have helped support this event, as well as numerous Angelinos throughout the city and even throughout the region. It's great to have Los Angeles Fleet Week branded, hate to say it, in Brea and Orange County. We have a big Brea activation on Friday, and that carries the Los Angeles moniker on it, which is amazing. And we bring in every industry to partner in that as well. So it's a wonderful event, and we deeply appreciate the city's support, who's been a core partner since the day we started Fleet Week in 16. The military
coffee?
and the Sea Services, particularly their support, Mayor Bass's support in her office, City of Los Angeles Emergency Management District, the Port of Los Angeles, and our dear friends, the Port Police, that go unsung, standing up all of their staff this week to make sure that they maintain a safe environment down at the waterfront. And we are very thankful for the support that.
How am I
Fleet
still
Week
awake?
receives.
I'm barely
Thanks.
awake.
Thank
I
you.
just woke up. That's why I'm having this coffee. Otherwise, I'd fall asleep.
Councilmember McCosker, affectionately of the 1-5, and Councilmember Park of the affectionately the 1-1. Thank you for having us.
The port policeman.
Yeah. Tom Gacy, Los Angeles Port Police, and I want to greet Admiral Chadwick, Admiral Campbell, and in particular Captain Shelton, who allowed us a ride on the Princeton into port yesterday, and their crew members and sailors. So thank you very, very much. An important aspect of Fleet Week, it brings tens of thousands to the Port of Los Angeles.
Well, they
Former
save a lot of
generations,
swimmers,
current
tea makers,
generations, and
you know,
future
boaters.
generations. Sailors, soldiers, Marines, and Coast Guard personnel.
You know, off the
along,
coast.
with
They're
the
not
United
fighting
States
for the
Army.
country. Yes, I get
It's
it.
an opportunity for
They
young
do
people
save a
to
lot of
see the
lives
service
on the
opportunities,
coast.
not only in the military, but public safety throughout Los Angeles and in California. One of the important aspects of Fleet Week since it was brought to Los Angeles in 2017 is what we refer to as the DISCA exercise.
I couldn't confirm nor deny,
Defense
Bionic.
Support of Civil Authorities, which is provided through the federal government, all branches of the military. These are exercises that
What's up, Shady?
occur over several days and allow us to work with our federal partners with regularity to have those relationship and rapport in the event, future event, and predictable event of a natural weather event, an earthquake, a man-made event, or otherwise. An example of how valuable and important these relationships are is you'll remember during the COVID pandemic, the U.S. Navy deployed the U.S. Mercy Ship in the Port of Los Angeles, provided hospital support treatment for thousands during the strain on our local hospitals. That was born out of the relationship as a result of DISCA and U.S. Navy Fleet Week. So we welcome the sailors, the soldiers, the Marines, and the Coast Guard personnel. We thank Carol Parks with the Emergency Management Department, City of Los Angeles, as well as Brian Williams, the Deputy Mayor of Public Safety, City of Los Angeles, and thanks to Mayor Bass as well. Thank you, Councilman.
So thank you very much. Yes, the mayor has been very supportive, and we do thank Brian Williams as well, Deputy Mayor, for stepping up. It's an important part of pulling all of the resources together to make sure this great event comes off. We are going to be in the 1-5, of course, with a welcome party downtown San Pedro tomorrow evening, and we have the welcome reception in Wilmington, which is a great event at the Banning Mansion on Friday night. But for all of the events, including Saturday in Venice, go to lafleetweek.com. Again, I just want to thank everyone, Jonathan Williams, the Board of Directors, everyone who has helped us bring this great event together. Happy Fleet Week to everyone. I will ask my council colleague and the Rear Admirals to step forward for a presentation of a beautiful certificate. On behalf of the entire City Council and the City of Los Angeles, we congratulate you for another Fleet Week here in Los Angeles. We'll raise the bar once again.
Fleet Week. Look, Andrew the Amazing. All of those idiots are back there.
Okay, we do
that
have a
chick,
couple of,
what's her name?
members
Camille
on the
Lewis.
queue.
Don't you call me by my given name, you
Councilmember
bag of
Rodriguez.
dicks. She's wearing her Black Lives Matter shirt. There goes Mr. Sachs walking out. Don't you dare walk out of that room, Mr. Sachs. We need you to stand right front and center. Right up in that joint.
Thank you,
There
Mr.
he goes. He's in the
McCosker,
back.
and thank you, Ms. Park, and to all the men and women in our services, in our armed forces. Thank you so much for your incredible service. As the daughter of a Marine, as someone who had an opportunity even last year
I see
to go
Mr. Harlan
some
there,
of
yep.
the joint efforts between public
He is
safety,
back.
all of our shared public safety goals, from the fire department, EMD, police department, all working in collaboration with one another. It is a very
Some chick's
wonderful
crying back
and
there.
unique opportunity for
That
us
chick, Camille Lewis.
to tear
You can
down
see her.
what
Look.
often,
Look on that side.
government
You can see the
silos
yellow
create.
shirt says
And it's an
Black Lives
opportunity
Matter
for
in
us
the
to
very back
collaborate
row
and
on the
work
other
together
side box.
so that we are well practiced.
Andrew the
in
Amazing right
event
next to her.
of a
Dr.
godforsaken
D
emergency that requires
schooling
us to all
them.
come together in those very critical times.
You should be ashamed.
But I just, Memorial Day is a really important opportunity for us to remember the sacrifices, and as a city that is working to combat homelessness and confront it directly. And when we've seen so many members, those honorably discharged.
I want to get a shirt that says Black Lives Matter.
Living on our sidewalks.
And then on the bottom
I'm really
put our
proud that in the
grifters.
next several weeks, we will be opening up a facility specifically for veterans that find themselves unhoused. And so it's a deep commitment in this city that we're going to continue to confront and combat those challenges. But I just want to say thank you all so much for your incredible dedicated service, the selfless sacrifices that you and your families make.
No, she's not,
to
Cortland.
protect and serve this country.
She's just chick who comes
to
in
the
there and
Marines,
yells every once in a while.
Semper Fi. And I'm glad you're
Semper
making it to
Fi.
Venice. I would love for you all to make it up. I know the Northeast San Fernando Valley is pretty far. I've made the trek to San Pedro many times. I'd like to make that inverted to have
45
some
minutes.
participation up in the
45-minute
San Fernando Valley,
track.
where we have a wonderful
Hour in
history and
traffic.
rich tradition of men and women that
Trek.
serve from my community. I am proud to have a number of friends and family members that have served our country, and would love. I keep working to get the Marine Corps band up into the valley. I think it's probably one of the best bands in the world, but would love to have you all see how we can better collaborate going forward next year. Jonathan, thank you for everything that you do as well to make sure that this just goes off without a hitch. You are the secret sauce that makes it an incredible Fleet Week here in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're changing that city
And to
pretty
note about Brea,
heavily, Citizen
people always
Fish.
say they're from Los Angeles, even if they're from Brea, even if wherever they are in the world, they say they're from Los Angeles for very good reason. And it's a reflection of the individuals from our port police to everybody that's involved in helping to make Los Angeles what it is. And to that, I just say thank you
you
so
certainly
much,
don't
all of
make
you,
Los
for your
Angeles what it
incredible
is,
service.
other than shitty.
I'm thankful for this Fleet Week
Right?
and
You and all
for
your
all the wonderful
friends there, your constituents, your
uplifting of the
coworkers.
service that you all do. You deserve much more recognition than you often get. And so to that, I just say thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'd rather hear from the guys and the
We too
girls
just
there,
want to
the vets, than these
just say how
idiots.
proud we are. Fleet Week is an exciting time to celebrate, not just.
I'm sure
around
you've
the,
never been to Fleet
port
Week, but it's
area,
exciting
but
for him.
Citywide.
Unless he was
I like
forced
the
to go to Fleet Week
celebration from, Dennis and
for a
San
photo
Pedro
op.
this year. Added
Do I
extra.
have to? Yeah,
And
man, you
special
gotta.
thanks to our special,
Really?
our
Yeah, man, you
speakers,
gotta.
and to those that are making such a
All
wonderful
right.
contribution, not just during Fleet Week, but during the whole year. Again, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
You gonna be there today? Nice. Enjoy. Hopefully the weather's nice. I know it's been socked in a little bit, but hopefully that marine layer burns off and Fleet
Okay,
Week's
next
nice.
up, a very special presentation by Councilman John Lee. Public Works Week.
Public Works Week now. Okay. All right. Let's get all the suit and ties from Public Works. Ah, yeah. People you'll never know unless they're your neighbor or related to you. Oh, there's Stacy Cigar Bollinger. She's over there getting into the group. There's the singer. And there's Mr. Harlan all the way to the left. Look at him all by himself next to the pillar over there, sitting by
Morning,
himself.
colleagues. This week, the City of Los Angeles joins cities across the nation in celebrating National Public Works Week. It started this past Sunday, and it continues through Saturday. It's held annually in May. National Public Works Week was instituted back in 1960 as a public education campaign to call attention to the importance of public works in the everyday lives of people. Public Works Week gives us the opportunity to acknowledge tens of thousands of men and women in North America who provide and maintain the infrastructure and services
Ricky?
collectively known as public works. And this year's theme, Connecting the World Through Public Works, is a message that speaks true to what Public Works accomplishes on a daily basis. As the chair of Public Works Committee, I want to express my gratitude to the incredible and important work that the men and women in Public Works do 24/7, 365. There are so many essential core services that our residents and businesses use and rely on daily that are maintained by our Public Works professionals. Efforts that sometimes, unfortunately, may go unnoticed to the general public. And so this is the week that for us to take a moment to make sure that we acknowledge the 6,000 plus employees who work with residents and do the important work all while staying behind the scenes. Public Works has been in the city of Los Angeles since 1906, and since then it has evolved into a multi-dimensional department that handles an unbelievable amount of work and responsibility. So today we are happy to have members of Public Works obviously be here with us, from our board commissioners, our board office, from the bureaus, in celebration of this very important observance. So allow me to just say thank you to everyone here today, and to everyone who, even as we celebrate them in their efforts, are spread out across Los Angeles doing the work that keeps our city moving. Keep up the great work, and know
No,
that I speak for all of us here.
We can't go back to the robot dogs because what I'm guessing you didn't realize is yesterday they voted for the exception of the donation from Boston Dynamics and Hyundai for the robot dogs. So yes, LA City Council decided yesterday, and they voted on it unanimously, to take all the money from them and start the program, regardless of what everybody said to them. So, yeah.
Are 6,000 strong, serving the second largest city in the nation. It is not an easy task that we do, but
Money
we do
talks.
it with pride, with love, and with
Talk
a lot of
just
passion
talks.
and determination to make sure that we improve the quality of lives of all Angelenos.
Money don't get their
And we
kids
do
to
this
Barbados.
when it's
I mean, money gets
storms,
their
when
kids
there's
to
a
Barbados.
disaster,
Talk
and
don't.
when there's sunny and rainy days. Our folks back here, as you can see, are commissioners. We have our commissioner, Vice President Villegas, Commissioner Reyes, Commissioner Vahid, Corson, and President Pro Tem Davis, as well our bureau directors, which is John Reamer. Not that I forget any of my names. I'm trying to make sure that I do this briefly and make sure that we get back on track. So the Bureau of Contract Administration, John Reamer. We have Bureau
Well,
of
fun
Street
fact, that's what it'll go
Services,
to
Perez,
next,
Bureau
you know.
of Sanitation, Potter.
I already have
Bureau of
flying drones,
Engineering,
so why
Alfred,
not?
And Bureau of Street
Make the
Lighting,
drone
Miguel.
smaller.
Oh, he's here.
You know, like the little,
Miguel is here
you know,
as
size
well.
of an iPhone.
And then we also remind that we also have 10 board offices that also do really critical work. We have the Office of Community Beautification, Paul Roch, who is here. Paul Roch, there we are. Our forest chief man.
Cortland, I
Chief Forest-
believe if they've already have the dogs like testing now in certain places. You know, they may try them, you know, in testing areas and then try them out in the public somewhere somehow in a smaller capacity. And it's usually how it works. And if it works there, then on it goes and on it goes. And then the part that we were saying yesterday, I was saying is really, it's really not about that. I mean, surveillance is surveillance. You're going to have it whether it's a human being, a drone, a dog, whatever, or just a camera on a pole that you're not aware of that's right behind you the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? It's the whole thing of when you start to, you know, you start to arm it. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. You know what I mean? When it becomes armed, that's a whole nother story, you know, because then you have risk of it going cuckoo and killing things when it's not supposed to, like Ed 2 and I did.
And Chatsworth, recognizing Councilmember Lee.
But we'll see.
We had our
We're
API,
far from that, I think.
APPI Heritage Month Community Day of Service, which was in Chinatown, Thai Town, Filipino.
Weaponizing it is dangerous.
Filipino
That's
town,
all
Little
I'm saying.
Tokyo, and
The
Koreatown,
weaponization
and Little
of it
Bangladesh.
is
Those
a
are just
slippery
some of the
slope.
things that we do here at Public Works. It's just
Oh, I know
the
it's
cusp
coming.
Of it. So
Simple, I know it's coming. It's a slippery slope is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because you're using it now in a capacity for just surveillance, and now all of a sudden you're going to weaponize that, and then it's, you know what I mean? Then when is enough? Like, is it 1 enough for the neighborhood? Is 12? Is 20? Next thing you know, they're everywhere. And then you have the Skynet age, where people are hiding underground and hiding in their homes and can't make any movement because this thing detects movement. You know, and then they'll have to figure out, motherfuckers have to figure out how to take them out. And then that'll get spread across the world. Next thing you know, you'll be finding dogs in the street that are all dead, robot dogs with limbs pulled off.
Good morning, honorable council members. It's hard to follow this awesome president, but I do want to, on behalf of all of the Department of Public Works, and dare I speak
I
for all
want
of
safety,
them,
but a
because
lot
it's
of people
my
don't.
department.
And again, it's...
I don't consider it a coincidence.
I'll be honest,
that we are-
you don't need the robot dogs to have safety. You don't. To me, it's just a way of honestly, you know, getting rid of humans. Same with a checker. Do we need an electronic, like, checkout aisle? We don't really need it. Why did we get it? We get it because they only would hire 3 checkers, and those lines were packed with 10 people each, and we were, being the 11th person, like, hurry up, let's go, let's get some more checkers, and they wouldn't do it. So what did they do? They fucking put the checking aisle to make you do the job. So now you're doing their work for them and still paying the same price. Maybe saving a little more of your time because you're not sitting in that fucking 12-person line anymore. The queue is not as long. And it's that way with everything. Slowly they're getting rid of human beings absolutely everywhere. So and that's really what it'll boil down to. So in 30 years, 40 years, you have to be a really highly skilled human being to even work. If you're not, if you're just a dummy like me, you're definitely going to be a broken idiot living on the street.
That because of what you do for us, the trust that you put in us, we recognize it's our responsibility to do the same thing. We stand here before you today with pride and
Jim
honor and
Eaton,
joy,
thank you so
letting
much,
know
Jim.
that
Appreciate
we
you
are grateful
for
this
today
opportunity
and
to be
yesterday,
recognized
Jim.
in Public
Thank
Works
you.
Week, but we certainly recognize the opportunity in the second largest city in the nation to serve the men and women, the constituents.
I'm sure it
the
is, so you can
visitors of
check
this
out
fine
things
city
that
of
you
Los
don't want to
Angeles.
check
To our
out,
mayor and to all
Jenny.
of you, thank you very much. We appreciate
I
you.
use them all the time, Jenny. I'm just saying the reason for it is to make you do
So
the
colleagues,
work
we know that
and make more
as,
money for them
Mr. Reamer just said,
without having to hire
when
more
we get
work
calls
staff.
into our offices, you know, these are the streets that people drive on, the sidewalks that people
Thanks,
walk
Astra,
on,
and
the
of
trees
course,
that provide
welcome
shade,
to the room.
the environment issues that we deal with, our trash that gets picked up every week. These are the people who are doing the core services of what the city of Los Angeles is supposed to be doing, and it's my honor to
And
be
the
able
gangsters
to
run the
recognize them
trash.
and all the incredible work that they do
They're
as a
gangsters.
collective public works department. So thank you on behalf of the city of Los
Ain't
Angeles.
not one of
and
these
City Council,
motherfuckers
we
pushing a
want to-
can anywhere. Just so
This
let's
time
make this
spelled
clear.
correctly.
Not one of
So
these
thank you with
motherfuckers
this.
right here is pushing a
On
can
behalf of
anywhere unless it's
the
at
City
their own
Council,
home
thank
to
you
the
so much
curb.
for what you do, Michael.
Not one of them. They're pushing their own can to their own curb. That's about it. Other than that, there ain't no can pushing. There ain't no trash picking up here with these folks. These are the folks that tell others to go pick up the trash or where they need to
Councilmember
go.
Rodriguez.
Real quick before
let's
you
make
all
it real
go,
quick and clear.
You know what a special place in my heart you all have for Public Works. It was one of the best times I've had in city service.
Yeah,
and
best
working
times
along
ever.
So many
It was a
incredible
party,
men and
I bet,
women
Monica.
That make sure that this city runs seamlessly, that our infrastructure is
Running seamlessly.
you
It's
know,
exactly what I would.
holding on.
That's
Let's
exactly
be
how I
honest, we're holding on right
describe
now.
it.
And,
Describe
I just,
their work
I
as
just want to thank
seamless.
you all for the incredible work that you do each and every day. You, here at the top, you're representing a whole host of individuals that just work tirelessly, that have been asked to do more with less, struggling through the course of the pandemic and
Oh, yeah.
resources that have been
Through the
continued to be
pandemic.
strained.
Fucking
And so I
idiot.
just want to say thank you all so much for each of you.
Who
for
made
what
them
you do,
struggle for an
what
extra
you
2 years?
represent
Who
from
did
the
that?
top all the way down. It's really incredible. We rely so much. You are the bread and butter of everything that we do in this city.
You're just happy they
And,
pick up your
you know,
trash,
I'm-
right?
You know,
Let's be honest, Monica.
Rico.
So your house doesn't smell.
Mike Davis. A lot of people don't know this. Michael Rico Davis. I had the privilege of serving with Mike Davis. And
How many times did you suck his cock,
Are
Monica?
you going to be
Monica?
one of the longest-serving public works commissioners? And with what we have with our commission, a combination of our commissioners and from the senior staffing for the Department of Public Works, we've got a lot of incredible history. We've got a lot of incredible leadership, and it's important for a city as great as Los
Uncle Rico?
Angeles to have the kind of talent.
Bet
that
you I
we
could
have.
throw a
And so
football
that, I'll
over
just
those
say
mountains.
Thank you, and happy Public Works Week.
Again, we just appreciate the unique role that the
You guys
Board
see
of-
my
of
football
Public Works
video?
plays in maintaining the quality of life in our city. Everything from sanitation to engineering to street services, contract administration, of course. We just really appreciate the unique role that you all play. And Councilmember Lee, thank you for acknowledging the special role, especially during Public Works Week. And we appreciate the continued service and dedication that each of you have to making our city the best possible one. So congratulations. Thank you.
Come on, man. Please. Enough's enough. Let me guess. There's another group of 27 people that we need to honor as well after this. What day is it today? Is it Scotch Tape Day? Is the maker of 3M and all them going to come in, and are we going to honor them now because it's Scotch Tape Day? I just want to know. Is it Scotch Tape Day? Shout out to you, 3M. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, members, we're going to now move on to public
There ain't
comment.
nobody left in the room. Everybody left. You even killed Mr. Sachs. He left. He was bored as hell.
Mr.
Shit.
City Attorney, any
Fuck. Yeah, there's KDL right
any
there,
directions
Robert.
for us this morning?
He's in there.
Mr. Clerk, any
He's
directions
the one in
for
the
us?
blue. See the
Thank
two
you, Mr.
guys here?
President.
He's the one
As
on the
indicated
left.
On the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press *9 to
Morning,
request
Rico.
to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute.
That's funny.
Let
not
me
half.
repeat. Call 669-254-5252.
Let's get you in
and
there,
use
man.
meeting ID number 160-535-8466
Put a suit on. Let's get you in there.
and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your
Who
turn
knows,
to speak,
Draco?
an automated Zoom
Keep
voice will
positive.
ask you to press star 6 to unmute.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Mr.
I
City
see
Attorney,
Mr.
would you
Harlan
please
and
explain
Mr.
to
Sachs
City
are in
members
there.
members
I don't see
who
Mr.
are calling
Herman.
to speak?
Stacy
Thank you,
Cigar
Mr.
Bollinger,
President.
Mr.
To the members of the
They're all
public
there.
calling in, when it is
Who's
your
this
turn
dude?
to
New
speak,
guy?
please state
From
which of
yesterday?
the agenda items you would like to speak on. You have 1 minute per item to speak, up to 3 minutes total, and 1 minute for general public comment if you wish. Speak to the items before beginning general public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic.
Must.
Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not speaking on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are speaking on topic, you will get
Bro,
one
those
brief
glasses are
warning
way too
from
small
me
for his
or the
head.
president.
Look
If
at how
you
they're
do
like
not
stretched like
immediately
that.
get
Instead of being
clearly
like
on
this, they're
topic,
like that.
Or again, straight off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on.
Those things
to
are
the
so
next
stretched out, bro. Those glasses.
The items open for
sure.
public comment are 1, 2, and 9 through 17. For the members of the public calling
They don't
in
go
to
straight.
speak,
They go like that.
When it is
The
your
ends.
turn to speak, an automated message from Zoom will prompt you to press star 6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. If you do not
You don't like the
immediately
paisley
unmute
tie?
yourself when prompted by staff, you will forfeit your time, and we will move on to the next speaker. Finally, if you are also listening to the council meeting on your computer, channel 35, or other devices, please turn down the volume on those devices immediately when it's your turn to speak. Because of feedback and a time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast,
Chess,
it
Rockwell.
will cause a lot of confusion if you continue to listen on your other devices. Also, please keep an ear to the phone while waiting for your turn to speak. Thank you.
Okay, we will we'll take
Caller,
public comment
where
from
are you,
chambers.
caller?
Ask you to line up on the either side and be instructed to the podium.
Get your ass ready.
Arnold Sachs, Darren Hinden,
Yes. Oh my God.
Donald Harlan,
Yes.
Dr. D.
Yes.
Jefferson, Azevedo,
Holy shit.
John Parker, Maggie,
Mr. Sachs should be first. Mr.
Yes,
Harlan
you
should
know.
be second. Stacy Cigar
Dr. D, and
Bollinger.
Miss Lewis.
All right, Dr. D. Oh, it's going to be a first good one. This
Please,
first batch might be the killer. Let's go.
Line up on the side and then come to the podium.
How come Mr. Sachs ain't first? Come on, he called his name first. Should be up to that podium first. I'm going to zoom in. Hold on, guys.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items that you would like to speak on.
Darren Hinden, item 17, and public comment.
Thank you. You have 2 minutes.
Good morning, Council. I gave the Sergeant of Arms a packet of our request to the Mayor of Karen Bass regarding the Insight Safe Funds. We know we are the only state-certified veteran service agency in the state of California that was founded by a minority. I am a former homeless veteran, and I'm the founder and the executive director. In your hands, you have a request that funds be allocated for veterans, because in the Inside Safe program, it is not mentioned for veterans to receive the homeless care. We have coordinated with the hotel owners in Los Angeles to give us full site control. And we know the City Council, you just approved the budget. So we ask that the City Councilman support Veteran Social Services in providing funds for our interim housing for our veterans. Right across the street, we are in District 9. In October, you guys approved $475,000 for Hoppix, which is right across the street from our facility, and it was only given for 6 months. And we have been serving a very sensitive population of veterans since 2019. So we ask that the City Council look at the packet. We do have budgets, so if your deputies would like to speak with us, we have budgets available for each and every location, and we want to contribute and participate in the Inside Safe program for the veteran population, which is extremely, extremely disadvantaged in the city of Los Angeles.
So you got 16 and
Thank
quite
you.
a few uhs. And
Next
he's,
speaker,
you know, I
please.
love it when people try to seem smart and every other word is Oh, Mr. Sachs, here we go, baby. Yes, Arnold Sachs. I love you, man. It's so good to
morning,
see you
Speaker.
back.
If you could please remind us of the name that you signed
Arnold
up under
Sachs.
and the items you would like to speak on.
Good morning. I signed up for several items. Give me 1 second.
Didn't even tell him the name.
I'd like to speak. My name
Didn't
is
answer the
Arnold
question.
Sachs.
There he is.
I'd like to speak on number 1, number 8, and the other items that are on the agenda.
Fucking love this
Thank
guy.
you.
And I'd like
Item
a
number
minute
8
for-
is not currently open for public comment. But if you'd like to speak on the other items in general public comment, you may
Oh,
have
that's fine.
4
Okay,
minutes
6
total.
is not open either, right?
It's items number 1, 2, and 9 through 17 are
Okay.
open for public comment.
9 through 17. So anyway, item number 1 refers to a CEQA from 1970.
70.
This is 2023. That's 53 years.
Right.
When the fuck is anybody going to update CEQA? When is the state going to get involved? I remember there was supposed to be a stadium built over there by Staples Center. The owner of the Staples Center, the owner of the property is supposed to be AEG. Turns out they were being defrauded by another company called LA Arena Land Company. I wonder who owned that company. But anyway, AEG was responsible for bringing in a CEQA report in here. They brought in a 10,000-page CEQA report. Why was a private company having to make that report? And why wasn't the stadium ever built? What the fuck happened? Nobody ever asked. That's terrible. And Mr. Price, why don't you do something about the 2 buildings across the street from Staples Center? Isn't that your district? How have they been big? They've been under construction for over 8 years now. They haven't been finished. It's a slum. It's a shithole. They call it the jungle. What the fuck is going on? Isn't that your district? Don't you care? Number 6.
Love
Oh,
him.
wait.
Mr. Harlan's right there. You can see him.
10 refers to some funding. I can't understand why the council districts get the AB 1290 fund, or the council offices get the AB 1290 fund, and it's not made available for the community, for the business improvement districts. I don't know if you've been around downtown, but it's a shithole. The area over here to the left, to the south, along Alameda, and that area over there, where it's the Skid Row, it's a shithole. You could dump trash there. Nobody would give a fuck. Why doesn't anybody care? You had the best plan available. You signed up 15,000 people from LA. The guy said I didn't want to pay. He did away with the Affordable Care Act. How can the motherfucker do away with a presidential order that was signed by Barack Obama back in 2009? What the fuck is going on? Don't you care? It's all about the care. It's all about having insurance for low-income people. Keep the mask and shove it up your ass. Who's doing social distancing? How do you practice social distancing? What the hell is going on? It's the privatizing of the city. That's what we have going on. It started with when the city was going bankrupt, but back in 2008 with the new normal. What the fuck is the MRT tax?
Thank you. You may now move on to general public comment.
So many things.
Okay,
He's
general
everywhere.
public contract. Number 6 refers to the city minimum wage ordinance. You're talking about getting $30 per person, Mr. Price. Where the fuck are you going to get the extra $14? What about this contract number 8 that runs from 6/1/18 to 5/31/23? That's next week. They're adding another $160,000 in 1 week? What the fuck for? Who's looking over these contracts? What about the city attorney? Is it the city attorney or the city attorney's office? Who's paying attention? You got to look at the details. It isn't that big a deal. The budget this year for the city is $13 billion. The budget for the county is $44 billion. That's $57 billion. They just had a report. They have hundreds of people sleeping in the station. It's about the construction authorities. He fucked that whole system up.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Love him. Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Sachs. It's so good to see you back, bro. So good to see you back in effect and strong and voicing your opinion, man. I love it. Love him. Hopefully he's back Friday.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Yes, for general comments. I had a stroke. It's a little bit hard on communication, but general comment on, and specifically, my name is John Parker.
You have 1 minute.
My name is John Parker, coordinator of the Harriet Tubman Center. I had a stroke a few weeks that required surgery. My life is currently threatened by my HML healthcare that takes over a month to schedule a follow-up neurologist and cardiologist. African Americans have a higher rate of deaths from heart disease to the U.S. healthcare. We had a meeting April 19th with delegates from the Cuban mission at the Harriet Tubman Center, and Mayor Karen Bass's vice mayor had a meeting with the same delegates who showed us that Cuba provided health care that prioritizes the most oppressed in your constituencies, and it could provide care immediately. Please join the 100 city councils who passed the resolution to call on President Biden to call Cuba off of the terrorist list that stops the health that could provide care by Cuba. Join the Harriet Tubman Center for Social Justice, the Black Alliance for Peace, Union del Barrio, SCLC, and Code Pink, who wants you to pass this resolution. And these resolutions and my remarks and the hundreds of cities that passed this have been passed out to everyone before.
Thank you.
Please take
Yeah.
Next speaker, please.
Uh-oh. No, that's my shit. I need that. Hold on, I gave you the wrong paper.
Sorry, I'm Maggie Vascaseno. I'm general comment. I'm with the
So for general public comment, you have 1 minute.
Women in Struggle, and also I'm in Council District 8. The resolution that was passed out before to everyone, along with John's full comment, got distributed hopefully to everyone. It's about getting Cuba off the state sponsors of terrorism list and to lift the blockade, to get this council to pass that resolution. President Obama took Cuba off the terrorist list, and the Trump administration put Cuba back on that list. And unfortunately, President Biden has continued that policy. We're here today to ask you to join with others to call on President Biden to take Cuba off the state sponsor of terrorist list.
Good luck with that.
I'm going to read one of the whereases in the sample resolution we distributed. Whereas Los Angeles would benefit from the economic and health care exchanges due to the lack of health care suffered by Black and brown communities, with especially higher death from COVID and heart disease.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Old stupid Joe don't care about you.
Good morning, council members.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Yes, my name is Jefferson Azevedo, and I'm doing a general comment.
Thank you. You have 1 minute.
All right. Council members, it's important that we get together with other cities and legislators like San Francisco, Baltimore, and many other cities, Oakland, to get Cuba off the state sponsors of terrorism list. That people like me who have a hard time getting health care in this city, they benefit from Cuba, which help many people all over South and Central America and Africa as well by developing medicines to fight COVID and diabetes. And also developing doctors and nurses that go to those places to assist the community. We know the healthcare crisis in LA, so please join the other cities and legislators to get Cuba off the list of state sponsor of terrorism.
Sit down, dude.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Sit down. Sit down, dude.
Good morning. My name is Scott Sheffer, and I have a general public comment item. We're here today to propose that Council President Krikorian add our proposal for a City Council resolution to urge President Biden to remove Cuba from the state sponsors of terrorism list. Under President Obama, work had begun to begin opening up to Cuba. Cuba was removed from the state sponsors of terrorism list, but in what I believe was a racist, vindictive tirade against the Obama administration by President Trump, he added them back to that list. After 60 years of a very destructive trade embargo by the United States against Cuba, the state sponsors of terrorism list puts the problem on steroids, so to speak. The delegates that visited our office told us that Cuba is unable to get aspirin today. I want Los Angeles to join.
So we'll go to
a host of
CVS.
other
You can get
cities
aspirin, bro.
in the United States that have come out against the inclusion of Cuba on the state sponsors of terrorism list and against the embargo.
Yeah. You care so much. Why don't you buy a truckload of aspirin and give it to all of them? Problem solved, bro. Go down to Costco, go get a 55-gallon barrel of under or over 20. Under or over 20.
Should tell you what I signed up for, but 10, 11, 12, 17, and general comment. So item 10 is funding for local neighborhood programs in CD15. What are those local neighborhood programs? It doesn't say on the motion or anything.
Why not?
So
Why would it?
I don't know what the local neighborhood programs are. It would seem like that would be a good thing to specify. Yeah. So moving on to item 11. Item 11 is a street banner in Century City.
Street banner.
Or no,
waste of money.
No, hang on. This is the wrong one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there. Okay, 11 is the street banner in Century City. So that seems like we could be putting the funds elsewhere right now.
I agree.
Item 12 is lighting up City Hall for Mental Health Awareness Day. So I figured it should be worth noting that we should all be aware how the city mistreats people with mental health crises. The city sends the cops to go, shoot people having a mental health crisis
all the time,
or assault like they did with Takar Smith. And I think Keenan Anderson also is having a mental health crisis. So
on drugs.
The city does not care about people with mental health crisis having a mental health crisis, and so it seems kind of hypocritical that the city would want to light up City Hall when they're actually doing things that are detrimental to people having mental health crises. And also lighting up City Hall doesn't do anything. It's a waste of money.
It's true.
So there's no reason to do that right now. All right, item 17 is the final approval of the budget. The budget's terrible. Fuck the budget. We should not be giving more money to the cops. We should be defunding and abolishing the police. We need the people's budget. And this is not the people's budget. This isn't even close to the people's budget. This is a dangerous budget that's going to be that's going to hurt people, and especially black and brown people. We need this. We don't want this budget. So fuck this budget. Vote no on it. All right, moving on to general public comment.
He knows a lot about black and brown people.
So for general comment, shame on all of you for that voted to give the LAPD robot dogs.
See?
Yesterday.
You see?
It's especially appalling that for this vote, you let
30.
Kevin De Leon change the outcome. You're letting a racist, someone who's known to be making racist comments, change the vote to put this racist technology in the city. So shame on all of you, and we all knew this was going to happen. We all warned this was going to happen. And what do? You don't break the quorum. You don't do anything. And I don't know if you can hear this, but Ulysses and Marquise, why are you in Austria this week instead of here voting against robot dogs? It seems like maybe being here doing that would be more important.
34 ums. Jesus. That might be a new record. 34 fucking ums. 34. Here we go. Dr. D. With her mask
If you could
perfectly
please remind us
centered.
of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Dr. Deep.
Imagine being that
17 in
scared.
public comment.
Still.
Okay, 17. This is a despicable budget. It's despicable because it has so much money going to the police. And our police department is the most murderous police department in the city, in the country.
Thank you, idiot. It's the only one in the
Harris
city, you dumb
Soto
motherfucker.
Martinez, you saw yesterday this deputy chief lie right out to you, right? He lied. You were good to put him on the spot. These cops lie. And no matter what restrictions you put on anything you do, it is absolutely clear that they do whatever they want to do in any situation. And they have broken their training, they have broken promises to the community, right and left. No more cops. Public comment? Okay. Thank you, the 4 people who voted against the RoboCops last time. We appreciate it, and your constituents appreciate it, by the way. Nobody supports these RoboCop dogs.
Apparently somebody does.
Nobody.
It passed yesterday, so somebody
And yet
does.
You, as a city council, keep putting these dangerous weapons into the hands of the LAPD. That is a disgrace. In addition, all the stuff that's good in the budget about Inside Safe, the people who are going through the program right now, do you know what they call it? They call it inside starving because they are not being able to get food for themselves, period. So you need to be careful with every dollar you give to Inside Safe, that people are really being taken care of. And Kevin De Leon, get out of here. You do not belong here. You do not represent this city, I hope, except maybe some people in this chamber.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Emotional,
damn
it.
Mr. Harlan,
Ms.
baby.
Lewis,
Let's go.
Paul Eisner, Stacy.
Cigar Bollinger. Oh, it's going to be a good one.
Taylor.
It's going to be a good one, the next round.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up
Mr.
under
Harlan.
and the items you would like to speak on.
Hi, I'm Donald Harlan. I'd like to speak on agenda items number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, general comment.
So the only items that are eligible for to speak on are 1, 2, 9 through 17. So you may have 4 minutes.
First of all, I'd like to just state that somehow the LA City Council found a way to make robot dogs racist. I don't know how you guys managed that one. It's ridiculous. Sorry, agenda item number 1, right-of-ways for sewers. You don't need a right-of-way to install a sewer. You don't need to vacate the street to install a sewer. That property doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to the city of Los Angeles. It's not for you guys to be giving it away. Adjust agenda item number 1, no.
Uh-oh.
Same thing with the other agenda items for right-of-ways and vacations of the streets. For example, number 9. You know, you don't need to vacate the street to build a sewer or a sidewalk. What are you guys trying to pull? That's so stupid. Also about the fire and police pensions for disabled people. I would recommend that you hold your own retirements to hide them maybe from the city. Maybe build a group that you can build a retirement fund or find a large company to get your retirement fund. I don't want any retirements attached to the city Los Angeles from the city workers.
I'm down with that.
Because you guys don't have control over the labor. You guys are just making deals for yourselves. You guys have made slaves out of some of the workers, holding their contracts decades after they were finished, trying to get more money out of them, trying to make their families and attack them so you can get the money out of there from those labor contracts. I would recommend, if you're a real city worker and you have a pension or a disability benefit or something from the city, that you keep it separate from the city, and I would recommend the city keep that business separate. Number 11, the 60th anniversary of Century City. Guess what? Century City hasn't been around for 60 years. That's fake. I founded Century City. Hasn't been there that long. Number 13, 101 Constellation Boulevard, 1950 Avenue of the Stars. That's not your property. That's my property. Those buildings are to be demolished. They're not to be handed over to anybody. Those are my property. They were illegally developed in the first place.
That's right.
Somebody came out of this city council, went over to Constellation Boulevard and said, we're going to make this government shit, and end up getting fucked. That's what happened over there. You can see pictures of them naked on the internet trying to set up
Thank you.
government.
May move on to general public comment.
Okay, number 16, the Port of Los Angeles, Mr. Dawson.
Mr. Dawson.
Why are you trying to find out what properties I own in Wilmington, too? Yeah, I own the Port of Los Angeles and a lot of properties in Wilmington. Why don't you ask the fucking person it belongs to? What are you trying to pull? We have the mayor trying to give ourselves our own pipeline so she can steal the oil. Just thing after thing, just ridiculous coming out of here. It's just no.
No.
Number 14, your Broadway Sur project. You guys need to stop trying to claim property. No to number 14, no to number 15, your low-rise design lab. No, you don't need to be designing any low-rises.
Nope.
That's not your property.
No.
Number 17, your budget. The city attorney, city administrative officer, and the chief legislative analyst. None of them have certification or authority to issue tax notes. None of them.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Yeah, he owns Cal Worthington and the dog spot. Mr. Harlan's so rad. Yeah, don't be putting nothing on his properties. Okay? And he's tired of it. Uh-oh, who's this guy?
Honorable President, members of the City
Honorable
Council,
President?
I have some things I want disseminated to the City Council members. This is on the subject of the Barrington Plaza again.
And Speaker, if you could please remind us of the name that you signed up
My
under.
name is Paul Eisner.
And the items you'd like to speak on.
I'm a resident of the Barrington Plaza. The
Paul
things I
Eisner.
want to point out is that, first of all, they say they need several years, $300 million to put in a sprinkler system. That's in the LA Times article. which is part
$300
of the
million
handout.
for a sprinkler
There's
system?
also a letter from the City Fire Commission about 2 years earlier that shows the number is substantially less. Second, it is not necessary to displace any of the residents through the fire sprinklers. Fire sprinkler installation is a 4-stage process. Stage 1, tanks and fire pumps, which go in the basement, namely the parking lot. Stage 2, standpipes that go up the stairwells. Stage 3, pipes that go down the halls. No displacements required for any of those. Stage 4, from the halls, you have pipes for sprinklers that go into the individual units. people may have to be out for a few days, but they have 80 vacant units, which they have not restored since the last fire, which if they restore first, they can put the tenants in temporarily.
Since the last
Result is
fire.
no vacation or eviction of tenants is required. Thank you very much.
Since the last fire, 80. Can you imagine that the price of 80 units in that building? You figure it's
Thank you. Next
no
speaker.
less than 1,000. So you're losing $80K a month at the bare minimum. Probably more, about like 160 to 200,000 every month, just on those empty units. Oh, here she goes, bag of dicks. Here goes bag of dicks.
Good morning. If you could please remind us of the
She
name
didn't
that you
change
signed
from
up
yesterday.
under and the items you would like to speak on.
Miss Lewis, general comment. I want to say thank you to everybody
Oh,
who didn't vote for the robot dogs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
it's
much.
super racist.
And it's still passed.
Just going to be used to oppress people of color.
And it's still
KDL, please get out. That was so heartbreaking that you voted yes on that. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm like redirecting my life to like make sure you never hold public office.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for not voting on robot dogs. KDL, you are evil. You are racist. I'm going to channel all of this hurt and resentment and rage on you. I am going to direct my entire life to make sure you never go to any political function. I have gone to political functions and screamed in your face and gotten spit on your glasses. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Oh,
Next
personal
speaker.
threats.
Emotional damage.
Somebody's bipolar. Yesterday they were screaming and crazy and calling everybody bag of dicks, this, that, and the other. Today she's nice and calm and cool. Can you say bipolar? Can you say mental illness? Mental
Good morning. If you could
illness.
please remind us of the name that you
Two
signed
syllables.
up under and the items
Mental
you would like to speak on.
It's
illness.
Stacy
Three
Segura
syllables.
Bollinger.
Illness. Right, three.
And I'd like to speak on
All right, here we go.
items 11, 12, 17, and general public comment.
He's there. Time for a song.
Thank you. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Great. So item 11 are some street banners to hang in Century City. It's this phrase here: work, play, shop, dine. This is like the rallying cry of the gentrification movement: work, play, shop, dine. We can go into the most gentrified neighborhoods where we've seen so much displacement of working class family, largely minorities, where they've put up mixed-use buildings that have a lot of commercial vacancies, restaurants that people like me can't afford to eat at, designer boutiques, and then you have these banners that say work, play, shop, dine. Thank goodness they don't say live, because no one who works can afford to live in these places. This is kind of disgusting if you ask me. So number 12, Heritage Month celebration special events funding for Mental Health Awareness Day. That is like such a joke that we want to light up City Hall, spend $400 to make sure we're all aware of mental health. I think anyone who watches me come to these meetings knows that we have an issue with mental health in this country, right? They can see me being crazy up here and say, I'm very aware that mental illness exists. I don't think we need to spend $400 lighting up City Hall. That crazy bitch Stacy is always there singing and making noise. We're aware that mental illness exists. Why don't we actually do things to solve the problem instead of spending $400 every other week on something stupid?
Some truth right there.
I'm not
She
happy with
admitted
you
it.
guys today. Number 17 is the last phase in the budget, a budget that I'm really disappointed in my council member for voting yes on, a budget that prioritizes policing over anything, over education, over housing, over sustainability. We can look at statistics and see how wage theft and tax evasion just pales like so much more than things like petty theft and burglary and the things that our city is so focused on, stupid catalytic converters. Instead of thinking about how many
people are having their catalytic converters stolen and how that's ruining their whole day because they can't go anywhere without a car. How come no one is saying like, oh, why can't people get around our city without a car? Why aren't insurance companies taking responsibility for the things that people are doing? We all pay car insurance every month. I pay car insurance every month. The one time I used it, I was charged to use it, and then my premiums went up. So that's basically what, like, I don't know, a couple $1,000s every year just so that I can legally be on the road when I have to. Our priorities are obvious, you guys. You really need to do better, especially Council District 4 needs to do better.
Please move on to general public comment.
We must reiterate the most important step that you must take to facilitate the healing process is to resign from council. Kevin De Leon, we want you gone. Give us a resignation. Paul Krikorian, please get more done. Give us his resignation. Stop recognizing Kevin, Paul. Hey, Paul, I'm talking to you. Could you at least look at me, please? Paul? This guy gets paid how much every year and can't even look at me when I'm talking. Kevin won't look at me. McCosker won't look at me. Tracy's not looking at me. Thank you, Nithya, for looking at me. I appreciate that you acknowledge me. Monica won't look at me. Hi, Hugo. Thank you for acknowledging me. Katie's not looking at me. Fuck you, Paul. Fuck you, Kevin.
Next speaker.
Okay, this will be our last speaker.
That's what I'm saying.
Chambers, and then we'll go to the
Forgot,
phones.
fuck you, Curran Price. Lazy fucking dick.
Good morning. I'm going to be speaking on item 17 in general comment.
If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under. You may have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
Absolutely. My name is Stephanie Taylor. I work at Veteran Social Services as well, and my colleagues had submitted a few interim housing, motel to interim housing in certain districts, and with that, we are also willing to work with other organizations, especially if we have full site control, which allows us to have more services on site. So other organizations that we're already working with, VOA, PATH, Salvation Army, they will be, we're open to having their general population there as well. It's a 5-year lease that the property owners are giving it to us to provide the services that are necessary for the homeless veteran population, but that doesn't exclude the general population. With that being said, I hope that our funds could at the very least be used for the Insight Save. Also, because of our state certification, it actually allocates more money into the city and the county of Los Angeles because we're the only state certified public nonprofit veteran social service agency. On to my general comment. District 15, Mr. McCosker, your team is awesome. I really appreciate George. Thank you for helping and supporting us in this endeavor. Hopefully we can get the homeless veteran for women with or without children. That includes our homeless veteran women trans community where they have a safe place for them. And as the only one in the city, I really am excited about that. Councilman Rodriguez, I am so glad that you got funded. Hopefully we can work together with your homeless veterans as a service provider who is certified within the state.
Mole's gone today.
Just to conclude that, there's
Vacation
lots of
day?
allocating
Oh, he's
funds
there. I
for the
see him,
homeless
actually.
veterans that
He's where I'm
cannot
at.
be issued through some organizations and agency. Veteran
I can see
Social
him.
Services is actually that agency that can, at the state level, outside of the VA, outside of U.S. vets. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move to public comment on the phones. We'll conclude our comments here in chambers. Let's take the first
Let's go to
caller,
the
please.
phones. Let's go.
First caller, what items would you like to speak on?
Go Puppet, famous food critic. All items in general public comment.
Thank you, Speaker. You have 3 minutes
3
for
minutes
the
for
items
Mr.
and 1 minute
Spindler?
for general public
Fuck
comment.
yeah.
Yes. So, we're celebrating Fleet Week. And now we'll get to the items. There's too much money being spent on bullshit. And of course, you know that yesterday, as part of that budgetary process on the agenda, you approved the dog called Spot. Woo! 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 Spot goes out and Spot finds crime. Woo! 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 And then Spot goes into the projects. Woo! Woo! And then soon, Tracy Park will use Spot to go into homeless encampments. Woo! Woo! And tell them to leave the streets. Woo! Woo! Are you kidding me? Yes, it's all part of her 19-point plan to clean up Venice. Simplify the private park. And of course, on the budget, we have vacation. Yes, vacations are very important. Marchese's on a very important vacation. He's on a mission to go over to Europe and teach them how to fuck up every other city in Europe, just like L.A. Let's give him a hand, and thank you, Marchese, for your dedication to service. Oh, there you go. That's right. And also, while Marchese's away and Unisys away, of course, De Leon will play. Yes, moving around millions of dollars all weekend long. So when they come back from their vacation, CD14 will have the $34 million of stolen funds returned back from the budget. Let's give Lieutenant Colonel De Leon a hand for his service.
There he is.
Yes.
Him right there.
And now we will go on to the general comment period. Whenever you're ready. Are you ready, humans?
Go.
Are the humans listening?
Go.
If they're not listening, then I will start singing songs from the 1970s. Are you listening? So we want to honor the veterans on the
Speaker, would you like to move on to general public comment or identify the item that you are speaking on?
Oh, yes, yes. We will get to the general comment period. Whenever you're ready, human.
He's ready. Go.
Do I have my 1 minute? Yes, we'd like to honor the veterans in the council. Private Park, let's give him a hand. Colonel Price, let's give you a hand.
Colonel Price.
And, of course, Lieutenant Colonel De Leon. Let's give Lieutenant Colonel a hand. And don't forget Lieutenant Commander Pat McOsker of the 17th Fleet. What about the others? That's it. The others are draft dodgers. Fuck them all. And we're correct because LA City looks like a complete total shithole.
Does.
Van Nuys Boulevard has no city services. So we count ourselves at 1 o'clock today. Goat Puppet will make requests to the Public Works Committee and John Lee to clean the Sepulveda Basin of all these.
They hung up on him. Oh, man. He wasted too much time waiting around.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak
But I
on?
liked it. It was good.
Speak with the last 4 digits, 1881. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you for taking my call.
50
Yes,
guns.
they denied, but thank you very much for taking my call today.
They need to turn him up.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak on?
Tell your sound guy to turn them up.
Yes,
we
item
go.
12, all items, and public comment, please.
Thank you. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Wonderful, thank you, sir. Let's start with item 12, acknowledging Mental Health Month. You know, first of all, I want to thank those who were there today who serve our country, and to our families who have served this country, and to all of those who are suffering from that service, the mental issues that they have to deal with now. We need to make those issues first and foremost. Also to our homeless veterans who are out there, we need to help them. They serve this country, and recognizing the month as mental health is very important. And also to the immigrant who served and fought for this country, especially in the Northeast Valley. they need to be acknowledged because they are suffering mental illness. And for those of you in City Hall and myself, mental illness, we need a little help. Sometimes we need a little help, and so I hope that we can all seek help when we need it, because you don't need to be ashamed of it anymore. Let's go on to public comment. Public comment?
Go. A lot of people waiting. Just go.
Public comment.
Yes, you can move on to general public comment.
Busy giving him a handy over there.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I was against the, excuse me, it's not a dog, it's a cheetah. Watch it, it acts like a cheetah, not a dog. I'm against that. Why? Because I'll be honest with you, because it may be used against me one day. Secondly, I'm against the hatred of the two ladies, Mr. Mont and Miss Camille. You can't take it anymore. We can't allow this kind of hatred. And for what they said to Mr. Fauble was unbelievable, and I apologize to him, even though him and I don't get along that much. But I'm going to challenge them with lie detector tests because they keep lying about the police officers there and myself, and I will submit 3 agencies that do lie detectors, even though they're not allowed in court. I'm challenging Ms. Dumont. I'll drop my case against her if she'll take the lie test. And in fact, I'll give her $10,000 that she can pass. $10,000. But we have to do this right because
she's a liar.
City Hall and that Mr. Ferraro's
that's Dr.
page
D he's
cannot
talking
take
about.
This is wrong. We need to bring back dignity to this.
Thank you. Next
sailors
caller.
And
what?
Next caller.
Wait
What
a minute.
items would
Didn't
you
they
like to
give him
speak on?
4 minutes? There's no way that was 4 minutes. There's no way.
Hello.
There's no way. They hung up on him way early.
Speaker, if you
There's
could
no
please
way.
identify the name that you're, or
no
remind us
way
of the name
that
that
was
you
4
signed
minutes
up
of
under
talk
and the
time.
items
No
you would
way.
like to speak on.
I didn't sign up under any name. I'm in Hollywood. I'm just calling in.
Mary Ann.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
From Howard Stern Show.
Okay, thank you so much. I just wanted to say thank you to City Council for taking steps for our public safety. I'm one of those people who's afraid to go down there now with what's going on because we are suffering ongoing stabbings, shootouts, violence in Hollywood. CD4 and CD13 don't care a damn about it. They don't care about a kid getting to school safely. They don't care about worries about having someone with a psychotic break in a homeless encampment chasing someone down the street with a hammer. What kind of city do you want to live in, guys? If you have a problem with the police, with public safety, with protecting our lives, do something about it. You're getting paid plenty. Stop voting against every step to try and protect the people in this city. This is unbelievable. You guys are living on another planet. Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Ann.
Next speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Yeah, I tell you all the time Hollywood's a shithole, and there you go, a resident telling you
Speak with the last
such.
4 digits, 2988. Please
Proves
press
what
star
I'm
6
saying
to
is
mute
real.
yourself.
Not to mention all the video you've seen that's live of it
Speaker,
looking.
this is your last call, 2988. Please press star 6 to mute yourself, or we will move on.
That's the whole point of watching it, Tribe. To watch them.
Next speaker.
Illness.
What items would you like to
madness.
speak on?
And don't think all these people didn't vote for these
Speak with the
people.
last 4 digits, 3686. Please press star 6 to mute yourself.
Because they did, and now they're angry. Because what they voted for wasn't what they got. Now they're angry. They're big mad.
Speaker, this is your last call, 3686. Please press star 6.
Mr. Harlan's talking to
I'd
himself.
like to speak on general public comment.
Thank you. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank City Council for your cowardice. I want you to know that we are so grateful for being
Mr. Harlan.
completely useless.
Look at his collar.
Time and time again, you have the opportunity to actually stand for something and do some good for the city of Los Angeles, do some good for those who are the most desperately in need of these services. And time again, you prove yourselves to be utterly useless. Paul, thank you for reminding people why City Council is corrupt and why people have no faith in it. Monica Rodriguez, thank you for continuing the legacy of Nuri Martinez. Tracy Spark, thank you for being exactly who you've always been. You know, Paul Blumenfeld, thank you for being an empty, glorified accountant who does nothing other than push business interests at the expense of everybody else. Yeah, just really disappointing, but not surprising, unfortunately. Hugo, for the love of God, you're not going to game these people. They're more evil, they're more diabolical than you. Just do the right thing next time. You know, we expect more.
Next caller.
Hung up right on him.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
Hello.
Speak with the last four digits 2931. Please press *6 to mute yourself.
Billy, I don't really do rounds here. I just smoke
All available items and general public comment.
for this. Kinda
Thank
keep
you. You
it
have
different.
3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general
Well,
public
let's
comment.
smoke.
Quiero
And-
decirle buenas tardes a todos
Good
los
afternoon.
angelinos de Los
Good
Ángeles.
afternoon, all Los Angeles. Good afternoon.
Y qué tristeza otra vez esta gente enfrente de nosotros, educados sin
Well,
educación.
it makes me so sad that all these people before us that are educated but are uneducated
Siguen recibiendo, se suben a sus carros y se van a sus casas.
keep receiving
sin
money.
hacernos caso.
They get on their fine cars and they go to their fine homes.
And don't listen to us.
Y no nos es-
Oh man, she got us. Come on, man. You speak perfect English, girl.
Es muy triste que todavía, yo quiero saber sobre el budget, yo quiero saber cuánto gastan en la comida para ustedes.
It's so sad. I want to know how much you spend on your food. How much of that
Your
budget
food, your
you're
food
spending
budget.
on your food.
Porque muchos de ustedes se están poniendo bien gordos y ya no van a caber en sus asientos.
Because so many of you are getting so fat, you're not going to fit in your chairs anymore.
La señora Fernández, qué tristeza, se está comiendo el mismo Kool-Aid que todos están comiendo,
It's so
tomando.
sad that Ms. Hernandez is drinking the Kool-Aid that everybody's drinking.
Por más fuera que se hace, yo sé que ustedes nomás la están aguantando como se están aguantando todo a este señor sin vergüenza.
Just because she dyes
Kevin de
her,
León, usted es un señor que no tiene
because she
vergüenza.
dyes her head blonde, you're putting up with her like you're putting up with Mr. Kevin de Leon. He's shameless.
Pinche blondie.
Es un señor sin vergüenza.
The gentleman is shameless.
She
Y
must
es
be a
una
brunette.
tristeza que trajeron un perro para
Fucking
más
dog.
molestarnos.
It's so sad
La
that you
ciudad
brought
de Bolo Heights está, la policía los tiene. El otro día salió yo no
so
sé
sad
por
that
qué lo
you
estaban.
brought this dog. You're bringing him to Boyle Heights. You know, the other day, I don't know, in Boyle Heights,
This one guy, pobrecito, yo no sé qué hizo, pero 20 policías, 30 policías,
Spanglish?
policías de carros.
there
Yo
was
no
this
sé qué
one
hizo
guy.
ese
I don't know
señor
what he
que
did, but there was 20 or 30 cops, police in cars. I don't even know what he did.
Esta es una ciudad de
Speaker.
policías, ya se les ve bien.
This sounds
Nos
like
decían
general public
hace
comment.
mucho.
Would you like to move on to
Sí,
general
señora.
public comment?
Parece que es comentario público general. Quiere continuar con su comentario
por
general.
favor.
Yes,
Nosotros
please.
estudiábamos, peleábamos con el partido, y hablábamos de lo que era bueno para todos, no nomás uno.
We have allied with other parties, and we speak of what's good for the whole community, not just for one.
Y ustedes nomás están llenando las bolsas.
But as you see, you're
Qué
only
triste.
you're filling your pockets.
Pero al
It's
final
very
de
sad.
cuentas nosotros vamos a tener el poder, van a ver.
In the end, the people will have the power. You'll see.
Porque la pobre gente que va ahí a la ciudad a hablar con ustedes en cara, ni a ellos les hacen caso.
All the meek people that come before you and speak before you, you don't even pay attention to them.
Ustedes están como una relación abusiva, que el abusivo es el que parece que la víctima está loca.
It's an abusive
Ustedes son los
relationship.
abusivos.
You're
Son-
abusive, and you think that our
son bien
victims
abusivos
are
de
crazy.
nosotros como ciudadanos de
You're
Los Ángeles,
abusing all the citizens in Los Angeles
True.
por no hacernos caso.
because you don't pay any attention to us.
It's true.
Quiero saber cuánto gastan en comida para ustedes que tragan allí todo el día.
So,
Nomás
I
se
wanna
dan su
know
fiesta, yo los veo.
How much you're spending
Yo
on all
veo
that
los catering
food
trucks.
that you're
¿Y
swallowing
quién
there
son los
all day,
parientes del catering truck?
sitting
Quiero saber
there.
de cuál comadre se están sirviendo.
I want to know
Porque ya
who's
sabemos.
serving you or what catering truck is serving you because it's too much.
Flying foods.
¿Y quién es la pariente? Porque todos, esos paper pushers, ¿cuánto hacen? Budget, yo quiero
Next
saber
caller.
cuánto hacen.
How much do the
Que no
paper
lo
pushers
merecen.
make in the budget?
No
I want to
son
know how
educados.
much all these uneducated people. Gracias, señora.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
Hi, I'd like to speak on general public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Hi, my name is Gail Rath. I live in the San Fernando Valley, and I'm a rescuer, and I'm calling to advise you that there is a 501c3 at the Northeast Mission Shelter that is there without a signed contract. This is through funds that Proposition S paid for. I don't think this is right. While the city shelters are sitting with dogs in doubled up cages, that facility is empty and should be used by the city of Los Angeles. Los Angeles Animal Services is corrupt, and it's about time that Mayor Bass and you guys take a good look. We've been mentioned in Los Angeles Times, and we've been called out and calling for commission, but we've been shut down by the corrupt commission meeting. This is taxes that we're paying for. So I really think that you all the council members should
Next
take a
caller.
good look.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
Straight dumped her out. Fucked up.
Speak with the last four digits 3340. What items would you like to speak on?
I would like to do public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Okay, so I would like to start off with this quote that you guys have outside your city council building, and it goes something like this. If the people cannot attend to the things at their own doors, they then cannot govern themselves. I am currently homeless. I have been homeless for the last 2 years and a half. I've been doing everything in my power to make sure that I get myself stabilized and situated. But due to a lot of the ongoing crisis that your establishment has created, I have not been able to attend at the things at my own doors. You guys make it, this establishment makes it impossible for its constituents to actually help themselves. You provide false solutions and programs to the people, claiming that you are working to
Next caller.
help.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak
Straight
on?
hung up on her. They don't care. Exactly what she was talking about.
It's going to be just public comment today.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Thank you. Wow, Mr. Current Price. You bought a coffee at 7-Eleven and you make over $100,000 a year, and you only want to spend our tax dollar money on buying Starbucks. What an interesting legacy. Wow. You know, what an interesting legacy that you don't take all the callers that call in to make public comment. What a sham the city council is. What a joke. Wow. This is what we pay for your salary to do? Really? Interesting. Really, really interesting. Because you don't care about us. You only care about your salary that we pay for. We pay your salary! You're stupid! You're fucking stupid! And that concludes my public comment.
It's true.
Next speaker.
Fucking
What items
true.
would you like to speak on?
Number 17, and it's going to be public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Number 17, fortunately, Monica Rodriguez just walked out of the chambers, but this is who I was directing this to. I don't know if you have a video camera back there, but if she does, please, since you want the military, the Marines band to play in the San Fernando Valley, please help us out with this on this budget thing. The VA hospital, while I was running for city council, come to find out that their budget does not include enough money for them to replaster the swimming pool that they need for physical therapy. So please help them out. It's going to be very hard for them to get the service, and they're not going to be driving all the way to Santa Monica as the VA asked them to. They want to put dirt in that swimming pool instead of filling it and getting it replastered that they don't have the budget for. If you really care about the military people that serve this country, this is in the District 6. They don't have a representation. I've already sent 5 emails to Kamala, Madam Vice President Harris, and I'm just waiting for somebody to respond to something. But if you guys do care about the military, as you voiced it out today, the VA hospital on Plummer Street in the San Fernando Valley needs that swimming pool replastered for them to go ahead and get the physical therapy they need. The budget they don't have, they told them. They're going to want to fill it in with dirt. That's their solution. That's not fair to the people that serve this country. So even though I'm not running for office anymore, I still care about the people that I spoke to. I hope you guys do the same and follow up on this. Please, somebody in this chambers, get in touch with a VA hospital and get that on budget for them to get the physical therapy they need. That swimming pool should not be filled with dirt because it's easier for them to do that.
Next
Monica
caller.
Rodriguez again.
Yeah, it's cheaper and easier.
Next caller.
No water, no
what items
insurance.
would you like to speak on?
No lifeguard. None of that.
Good morning. This is Brock Landers, private investigator. Open items and general public comment.
I'm sorry, Speaker, did you say all items?
Yeah, the open items and general public comment, please.
So that would be items number 1, 2, and 9 through 17. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you. I appreciate that. For the budget and the robot dog, I am all in favor of the robot. On smoking scan, and it will make the lives of the officers a little bit safer when they might have to go into an abandoned building or someplace that's dangerous. I would like to say that I know karate, and if they need help training the dog, they need a dummy for it to tackle, I'm more than happy. I do think it's, maybe we should work into the budget, something to get some documentation out to show these people that keep complaining about KDL week after week that they're the ones that voted for everybody up there, and until they talk about voting for somebody else.
No, his phone's breaking up. No. Come on.
Really neat that we have all of these pasty white people talking about what's great for our black and brown communities, like they are some kind of great savior. I think that maybe we should get to do a public speaking class at an inner city high school after school, and maybe Stacy, she can go and teach choir or something to show us how safe all these areas are. And to the people last week asking about why the police dog isn't
Speaker, this sounds like general public comment. Well, can you please remind us which item you're speaking on?
Oh, sorry, I had gone to general public comment.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so actually in honor, I was going to try Lewinsky, but my humidor is mad at me, so I just went ahead and wrote a rap song instead. I got a swatch. It's my watch. The fake rapper that talked about smoking scam being clickbait is a biatch.
Next speaker.
I love you, Brock.
To speak on?
My hero, Brock, baby.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I wish his phone was a little better today. Yeah.
Which items would you like to speak
on? Okay, this is a public, I should say, general comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
This racist, incompetent, and corrupt city government crammed the Hyundai car company LAPD robot dog down the public's throat. The public did not want the Hyundai car company LAPD killer robot dog of oppression when you tried to cram it down our throats a month ago. And we, the people, still don't want this in our city. We don't want the Hyundai car company LAPD robot dog killer robot now. Hyundai is responsible for this attempted oppression of minority communities. And yes, boycott Honda, the car company which owns Boston Dynamics, the maker of this LAPD killer robot dog oppression machine.
Hyundai.
Join us, public, in boycotting of Hyundai. Boycott Hyundai. Call Hyundai Car Company and tell them You are boycotting their cars for their attempted oppression of our minority
Next caller.
communities via the LE.
And then call Honda and tell
Next
them the
caller.
same thing and see what Honda
What
says
items
to
would
you.
you like to speak on?
Oh, no, man, that's Hyundai. Got the wrong number, ma'am.
I'll speak on
One's Korean,
number
one's
9,
Japanese.
10, 11, 12, 14, 17, and general public comment.
Okay, you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay. Good morning, public. This is how you run a city into the ground. Petty pink-faced, corrupt Armenian dictator Paul Krikorian is put on number 9 for Kevin D. Leon, who belongs exactly where he is with the rest of the criminals. This is a vacation proceeding, but it's probably some corruption in there. Petty pink-faced, corrupt Armenian dictator Paul Krikorian is put number 10. McCosker is funding for local programs on the the agenda, but there's no dollar amount on this, buddy. He's famous for doing this, or becoming famous. More corruption, the staple of Sleazy Hall. Krikorian is throwing out more people in City Hall in the last few months than the history of Los Angeles. Number 11, Yaroslavsky, you should be ashamed of yourself. Don't be a failure like Mike Bonin. This is a street banner program, but in the street banner program, you should put the Hyundai car company robot dog kills and oppresses the minority communities. You need to put that in this street banner program. Number 12, Yaroslavsky again. Don't be a failure like Mike Bonin, who wasn't man enough to stand up for his principles. This is funding for Mental Health Awareness Month. But included in that Mental Health Awareness Month needs to be the insanity, the criminally insane, corrupt Los Angeles City Council. That's the mental health problem this city has. The criminally insane, sleazy, corrupt City Council.
It's true.
Including this Hyundai robot dog. That needs to be included in this motion. We're not going to let this Hyundai car company robot dog go. You wanted it, it's here to stay. Number 14, Dawson, $150,000 for Broadway SIR project.
Mr. Harlan.
Anything that Marquise Dawson brings up is corrupt. He wasn't man enough to be at the vote yesterday for the Hyundai killer robot dog. Hyundai car company, public, boycott them. He's never man enough. Let's see, number 17 is a budget. Price, Dawson, Hutt, where is the protections for the black community, public? Over almost 50% of the homeless. That 20% of the city council were double represented. Why? We have white people standing up for the budget, being corrupt. Yaroslavsky, where are you on this? Don't be a failure like
Speaker,
Mike Bonin.
please move on to
I think
general
I'll go
public
on to-
comment.
Yes, I was about to do that. Thank you. The cop lied there at City Hall yesterday. Phil Martinez pointed that out. He stood there and lied. The Hyundai car company killer robot dog, Hyundai, boycott Hyundai. It's already being used in black and brown communities. Corrupt, petty, pink-faced, corrupt Paul Krikorian put through this crap, appointed Heather Hutt, who should not be voting on anything with their 5x5 behind. She sat there and said nothing yesterday. You see what I'm talking about, public? The white people are coming in here talking about racism and gentrification. She said nothing about the robot dog yesterday. Price voted for it. Corrupt, lack of representation for the black community.
Next caller.
Next
what
caller.
items would you like to speak on?
I got a robot cat.
Thank you. It's Eric Previn, and I'd like to speak on the available items. And also
Oh, it's fucking Eric Previn.
So the items available for public comment are 1, 2, and 9 through 17. So you
Five
have
just
3
got a
minutes for the
boner.
items and 1 minute for public comment.
Oh, Eric's on the
And
phone.
could you please identify yourself? I've not heard you before.
The city attorney.
Are you? Oh, you're Fallball's sidekick. Excellent. Great. Well, this is very, very exciting, and welcome. It's great to have you. And we missed the previous sidekick, and we love everything Fallball is trying to do, except for what he's actually doing. Let's move forward. I would like to thank the Marines and the VA and everybody for coming down today. And I just have one comment, and I really appreciated the way McCosker and Park let the windbags blow as opposed to hogged up the mic like Krikorian did at the Pioneer Women celebration, not allowing any of the Pioneer women to utter a bloody word other than thank you before shuffled off to make room for another, expansive set of congratulations from the council member. This needs to change, and good work, McCosker, on getting that right today. In terms of the Public Works Department,
Speaker, can you please identify the item that you're speaking on?
Well, yeah, the vacation of property. Sir, do you want to go toe-to-toe with me about what the vacation of properties are about? When you vacate a city property, as with the item in question, you make arrangements to put some money in the kitty, and then the city machine moves forward and vacates the property and makes it your property. When Jose Huizar and Marquis Harris Dawson, all the big team, Mitch O'Farrell. By the way, it's nice that Harris Dawson and Hernandez are in Europe, obviously. There's nothing wrong with going to Europe. But to do it in the way that it was done, read the robot dog and taking their votes up in business class out of town, I'd like to know exactly who's paying for this trip. We're going to get to that, Paul, so we'll do a PRA when I get finished with
Not
this.
one,
That is an
Jonathan.
outrage,
Not
like
one.
Beyond disgusting. Really shameful. Okay, shameful. And I like dogs.
But it's a killer dog already, but not one person
Anyway,
has been killed by
the
it.
street banner program, I'm just going to say it once because I've said it before. They're doing Campbell Hall kids in my neighborhood. They pay for the street banners. And today we didn't have how about the military? The idea of putting up a mall, Yaroslavsky, whereas I do know that that's ultimately what you guys are, is the sort of mall captains, because that's what's busy and important is revenue, not human functioning. But I think that maybe something more, I don't know, the Chamber of Commerce, I know McCosker would like Chamber of Commerce. This is not his daughter's chamber. This is the one from Century City.
Mr. Harlan's going
They're
off.
doing a lot. Let them do something in print or
Look at
something
them.
else. Let's take the city's banner program and put it up for like the kids from the school, the public high school. Hey, there's a good idea. Let's do that. In terms of the budget, hats off to Blumenfield, who managed to finally get one thing right by allowing virtual comment at the very last minute. It doesn't undo the shameful bungling of just simply implementing a running order where you say, police, they come, they give their presentation. They don't hide their presentation. They give it. The public can speak, and then the council can speak, and we go to the next item. But they don't want to do that because they pretend it's one item. It didn't go very well. It's very upsetting because we know that we have real significant problems. And as I get to the end of near my general public comment, I want to remember the academic decathletes from the Valley who did amazing work. Adam Markinson finished
Mr.
first
Harlan
place
down.
overall in the honors category. Sierra Ferrante finished second overall in the scholastic category, and Yasir White finished first overall in the varsity category. So this is much more impressive than the budget meeting, which was a great disappointment. I do look forward to Blumenfield and De Leon getting together for coffee more frequently, because today they were really chatting up the storm, and I think what it's doing is it's melting the ice on the feeling that that the council really is upset with Mr. De Leon. I think they're ready to forgive him, it seems, and that's their decision. People in the world are experiencing all sorts of
Next
bigotry.
caller.
This will be our last call in
Hung up on
this
Previn.
morning.
Last one in the queue.
Next caller.
That'll be a good one.
What
Mr.
items would
Herman
you like
or
to speak
somebody.
on?
Come on.
Item 17 and general comment.
It's not Mr. Herman.
Okay, you have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
Regarding the over $1 billion for homeless services and housing program, a CAO reported on May 12th that the 17th roadmap substantially underfunds districts with the largest homeless populations and overfunds those with the smallest. This is poor administration of public funds. According to a CAO report dated May 16, 2023, the Ghetto Inside Safe program has used $13 million for only 1,200 placements. This is over 10,500 per placement, or about 900 per month. At this cost, 55% will remain homeless. This is a bad plan. Regarding the CAO report dated April 21st, 2023, it noted the use of Uber by the unsheltered to visit different housing options. Using Uber instead of Metro is wasteful spending. The taxpayers need receipts with names to know if bad actors are getting free Uber rides or hotel nights. We trust that it's not city staff, their friends, or family, but we need to verify. According to LASA, 20% of homeless are from other states. Okay. People with California IDs should have priority to all services. General comment. No need to fear. Latinos are the majority in Los Angeles. We believe in law and order. But remember this, no elected official in Los Angeles can win without the Latino voter. So our voices are important. Latinos are warriors. We demand the same from our duly elected officials. They must fight for our concerns. And finally, CD 14 is part of the city and deserves representation on city committees. Smart people know the difference between banter and racism. Stand tall, Kevin De Leon. Thank you for attempting to correct the historical injustice to marginalize our people. For only evil will attempt to lock arms to divide and oppress the Latino majority. Thank you, and I respectfully yield the rest of my time.
Okay, members, we've had over an hour of public comment here in chambers and on the phones. I'm going to close public comment at this time.
Bullshit. So we've only been on 151, and they took 20 minutes at least of the Fleet Week and all the other bullshit.
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 1, 2, and 9 through 17.
Okay, members, those items are now before us.
Right, nice watch. That's how he does it. I'm sure you're going to get in a nice car.
None, let's open the roll.
New Tesla, new Caddy, something nice.
12 ayes.
Mr. President, there's a request to send item 17 forthwith.
Let's, that'll be the order. Without objection, but what items are now before us?
I mean, people are just now complaining about the dog because the dog, it's a moot point at this point. They've already taken the donation from Hyundai and Boston Dynamics to allow the LAPD to use
Mr. President, the council may now reconsider items 6 and 7
use
with 12 members present for adoption
cry
of the ordinance.
if you want to cry. Whoever put these people in power are the ones should be mad at themselves.
Open the roll.
But they won't.
Close the roll,
and they'll vote for the next dumb idiot who's going to come in and give money to them. And it's not going to stop.
Passes now. We will vote on the item.
Be mad at yourself if you're mad.
Let's
That's all I
open the
can
roll.
say. I assure you they voted for
Close
these
the roll,
idiots. I assure you they did.
12 ayes.
And that's the problem living in this state. You know, there's really not much opposition, to be honest. It's either you vote that way or you don't kind of vote. Because that's just how it is in this particular state.
Announcements today.
That's why it's ran the way it is.
Announcements to the left, to
I
the
don't
right.
think the grift will ever stop. People
To the
just
right,
move.
to the left.
Until it's nothing but their voter base left, and it goes to filth.
Councilmember Hutt.
All the big
Do you have an
businesses are
announcement?
gone. All the rich folks
Okay,
tired of getting
Let's stand for adjourning motions.
eaten alive by taxes will move to Arizona or Nevada or wherever where it's easier on the taxes, and they can fly at
Councilmember
1
Hutt.
hour and be here on a private flight.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'd like to adjourn in a small adjournment now in memory of Tina Turner. This is personal for me. My very first date was with her son Craig.
Oh, you was boning Tina's son? Oh, she was getting piped up by Tina's
She was
youngin'.
living in Switzerland with her husband. I believe she was 83.
Always
She was,
about themselves.
Starting to have problems with her kidneys. And the son that I grew up with had cancer, and he actually committed suicide a few years ago.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, it was kind of mind-boggling. You know, she certainly is an icon. We all probably grew up to the sounds of Tina Turner. Her going through domestic violence and growing up stronger as a woman, and empowerment really meant something to women during these ages. So
Is Ike dead?
I just want to say,
I'm sure he is, right? I
yeah,
haven't heard nothing from that guy. He's got to
she
be
should
dead.
rest in power. And I'll do a more formal thing on Friday, but
He's
this
dead,
just
yeah.
happened, so.
Okay, thank you.
Very sad.
If not, he's got to be old.
one of
He's
the
got to
Rodriguez.
be fucking almost 90.
Thank you, Ms. Hutt.
If he isn't.
I too was shaken when I saw
Pretty
the
sure he was a
news.
little
I
older
think
than her.
what
She was 83.
Makes
He'd be almost
Tina
90.
Turner so iconic
He is dead.
was the fact that she was multi-generational. Her resurgence in the 80s and 90s, for those of us in our adolescence.
All right, we'll
what
smoke
she
one for Tina.
overcame,
Smoke.
in her own personal history and struggle as a survivor of domestic violence. She was the embodiment of women empowerment. And she just possessed such incredible strength.
He died in 07.
And,
Jeez, that was a while back.
And yeah, no, I think it's
16
we
years
start
ago.
to see all these incredible legends. It's a recognition of just where we are at our respective parts in our lives. But she was no doubt just an incredible, inspiring, talented, iconic figure.
I remember her in the
for
Thunderdome.
music industry, but for women, I think everywhere. And so, may she rest in power. She's
She was all over MTV when back when MTV was actually playing videos.
Things
in the
we think
80s.
of when we think of her
Could
as
actually
a
see some of her
entertainer,
stuff.
but she was a mom, right? So we were at her house a lot.
I mean, it was
we were
late
swimming in the
Tina.
back,
It was
there'd be
older
wigs in the
Tina, of
living room.
course.
Like she was a mom. So,
But,
I just
she
wanna
still
give
was all
that
over
to her
MTV
because
at
she
that
raised
point.
all those boys. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else, members? Any other adjournments at this time? All right, seeing none.
I
this
guess he
meeting is
wasn't a
adjourned.
Tina
Thank
fan. All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Another day, another dollar. That's how it works. That's how they do it, ladies and gents. What am I looking for here? That one? No. That one. Go to that one right now. Let me turn that off for just a minute. Their fucking awesome music. Their elevator music off. We'll go see what's going on in our favorite place in Key West. Let's go take a look at Key West. Let's see what's going on. Hang out in Key West for just a moment. Key West, Florida, live out front of Slappy Joe's. There we go. And finish this bowl, and then we'll be on our way. You guys will enjoy your hump day, and I will enjoy mine. Bob's live? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off here in a second. Like I said, just gonna finish this bowl, and then I got things to do. I got works to do. I got things to do. I haven't put up any cards in a day. I gotta put up cards today. Got lots to do. But we'll be live tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Friday. 2 times. It's good to see Mr. Sachs back in the house. Mr. Harlan wasn't there. Mr. Herman, rather, wasn't there. We got Mr. Harlan. We got all the usual suspects except for Mr. Herman, right? And the Joe Biden's son. And I kind of miss the chick who gets raped in her sleep by Obama. She's fun, too. I like her. I ain't seen her in a minute. Hopefully she's all right. Yeah, Hyundai robot guy's wife, yeah. I'm making robot cats. Smoking Scan Dynamics is creating the first robot cat. And, yeah, it's going to be Stinks like that. Little Stinks is running around the city. I'm going to put a little fucking, little gun on the side of him and shit so you guys would be bad and shit. He's going to pull up and fuck you guys up. You know what I mean? Can't run, can't hide, no matter where you go. You're donezo. That's what's going to happen. Shit, yeah. That's what's gonna happen. I'm telling you now. Don't believe me? I'm telling you. Telling you, man. That's what's gonna happen. Make a robot skunk? That would be pretty awesome. Just spray people up. And it not only does it stink you up, but it like dyes you. It's like a dye pack from a bank. That kind of thing. I think that would be pretty fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Not gonna lie, mate. I think that would be fun, if you ask me. You're welcome, Shells. Well, they are whack, but, you know, the fun part I think about it is watching the kooks, and the funny people that show up all the time, and the people that actually think they're making a change, that kind of stuff. I think that's where it comes in. I mean, if it was just watching those idiots talk, I'd never go live with these fucking idiots ever. It's the public comment that makes these city council meetings fun. You know, yeah, it's comedy gold. That's what it is. And the fact that there's no holds barred and they're just saying what they want to say with cuss words too. And you got older folks cussing. It's just funny, in my opinion. You know, not everybody's going to like everything, and I don't care. I'm not even trying to do that. You do that, there's no fucking point. I don't care what you do in life. Nobody's going to like all of it ever. So don't fucking worry about that. Be a horse with blinders on your own target. Focus on what you're doing. And if they like it, they like it. If not, they can fuck off. That's kind of how I feel. Really. No joke. You know, I'm not here to be a millionaire. I'm not here to be liked by everybody, because that's not going to happen. No matter what I do, whether it's baking brownies or fucking detailing cars, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be somebody who doesn't like it. So no point in trying to prove, you know, make everybody happy. You just do you. And if they like, they like. And that's it. Oh, shit, yeah, look at that. I like that. I'd be fucking right in the back, smoking the fattest doob, stinking up the whole city. Holy shit. Oh, boy. That'd be so fun to be on that thing, dude. Just getting ripped. But no randos. Only smoking scan family members. Packing that joint out. Maybe we get 2 of them following each other. Shit would be pretty awesome. I don't think Florida's quite there yet. I mean, you could totally do that in LA. You know, get the enclosed party bus or whatever, be smoking, have somebody driving for you. All good. No problems. Some of these states like Florida, that's still kind of new. Because I believe they're still only medicinal there. They're not recreational in Florida yet, so... I think the cops, until it goes recreational, that's when the cops start to get lax with it, and they're just, you know, they're looking at other things. Sign you up? Yeah, we need to get it done. It'd be fun, man. You know, it's something it would be so fun, dude, just actually take a Figueroa tour. It's dangerous, though, because God forbid we get shot at in Figueroa. I mean, it's a dangerous place, dude. You hear it all the time, and God forbid some asshole just sees the party bus having a fun time in there and just dumps on us just for the fuck of it. You know what I mean? Those are things you need to realize. And I mean, you know, sure, we could go in Hollywood and all these other places where it could happen anywhere. It could happen anywhere. But to go down Figueroa would be fucking epic, I think. A live tour down Figueroa as 30 of us are getting ripped in the bus. Like, come on, man. Things you'll never forget. You'll be on your deathbed still. Remember that time, man? You remember. Oh, yeah, this is Golf Cart City, bro. I want a golf cart. They got all kinds of golf carts. I like the ones that are like fucking 10-seaters. Like, they got that one right there, but it's extended even longer. It's got like 4 rows in it. Fucking cool. Figueroa. What's that? Figueroa. Good old Figueroa. Does he just change this? You go and like prank them, just change the street signs all one night. Figueroa. Let's make up some like really good, you know, like digital stickers that you could slap on there, and they're so clean and even that you can't even really tell. It's almost seamless. You know what I mean? In fact, saw this documentary. It was crazy. Some dude who was an artist came out here one day and was driving on the 110 North and noticed that it didn't have hey, there's 5 North is coming up. So he missed his exit, didn't realize it, and then, but then realized himself, wait a minute, I looked at all the signs, and there's no 5 North on that sign. And he was just out here because he was on vacation or whatever, or business. So he, a few years later, moves back to L.A. He moves to L.A., rather. So he's here now, goes back and sees that they still haven't put the sign up. So what does he do? He studies the street sign because he's an artist. He does an exact replica of the Interstate 5 sign, makes his way up onto the fucking sign, has a video of him slapping it and putting it up on there. And it sat there for, I think they said 5-6 years before the city even realized it. And it was an exact replica of the 5 US 5 Interstate 5 badge that should have been up there. The city should have put it up there and never did, apparently. They forgot. And he had did it so that way people realize, hey, if you stay to the left, 5 North is coming up. And it's, there's a whole documentary on it. It's really crazy, dude. Just some random fucking dude. And it took forever for these idiots to figure it out. And that's the problem with having such a big city. People don't realize it. Dude, look at the golf cart right there. Look at that shit. Dude, come on. That one's fat as hell. Is that a 2-row or a 3-row? That's only 2 rows, but it looks dope. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really cool, dude. See, because you can see him go up on there and paste it up, and when he puts it on, it's dead even. It's like you don't even... I mean, it was so good it fooled Caltrans for fucking half a decade. They didn't realize it. They're the idiots who put the fucking signs up. That's how good it was. So, it is what it is. Yeah, Eddie, I'm about to hop off right now, so enjoy over there. What's up, Thompson? I don't know what it was called. Let me see. Oh, sorry, Stinks. I forgot you was right there, buddy. I apologize. I didn't remember you was even there. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can. There it is. All right. It was there for 8 years. Hysterical, dude. Stayed there for 8 years. So all you have to do is, Google Richard Ankrum. I'm sure it'll come up. Because that's the actual dude who did it. It's wild, right? Yeah, that's some goat shit right there, dude. Because, dude, in the thing, you see him. I'm guessing he had his friends sit on the other side of the freeway like the taggers do and just film him. Go up on the sign and paste it on the sign. So you see him on there with traffic going by. Fucking pasting the motherfucker up. And then it stayed up there for fucking ever. And I never knew about this until about this year. So, see, the story's from 2015. See? Really wild, dude. Just goes to show you when you're such a big city, people can do things. And I mean, there was a dude's making fake signs, like a fake parking signs, like no parking. Look, right there during the fucking day. Look at him. He's fucking drilling it in. Tell me that doesn't look real. He's got a Caltrans hat and vest on. He straight went all full bore, homeboy. And homegirls, look at that shit. Look at him on the side with the big head. Look at how big it is. It's half the size of him. Half of him is covered. It's crazy, right? That shit was so smart. See, and it didn't have this on here. This 5 was never there. It only had the 110 North. So he added the 5 North right there. And there it sat for 8 fucking years. That's pretty impressive. I got to give it up to the dude. I gotta give it up to the dude. Yeah. Let me snap this and I'm out. Yeah, I like I wish Mr. Spindler's phone was a little more direct, but he's probably doing it on speakers, so he's got the puppet up and all that shit, I like Mr. Spindler. I mean, we got, like I said, we got everybody but Mr. Herman really today. It was actually a pretty good day. You know, as far as everybody who talks, you know, I mean, we missed a few. Joe Biden's son, the chick who gets raped by Obama in her sleep. There was a few others that we missed, but we don't see them every day anyways like those others, so yeah. 3M makes the signage for the states, and then Caltrans puts it up. Yeah, it just goes to show you, though, that you can fool them. I'm telling you, people were making fake parking signs, like no parking signs, and putting it up so people wouldn't park in front of their house, and then they would pull up and then take it off when they needed to, and yeah. And then there was another one, like fake signs showing up saying just different things that they shouldn't have said. And, you know, that's how artists do in here, you know. It's too easy to just go and write your name on a wall or whatever. That's just simple shit. So when you have a true artist, they're going to think about things, and it's, you know, it's almost their version of Banksy in a way, you know. Alright guys, I'm out of here. But you guys enjoy your day. Go check out Live on Patrol. Bob's rolling around, or you can go and watch Key West, or enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. It's Hump Day. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Thanks for all the thumbs ups, the likes, the love, the donos, and just the all around fun. I appreciate you, and see you either on the next chase, or I will see you right here Friday morning, 10:15 a.m. for the next crazy mad meeting. So you guys have a good one. I'll see you on the next one, y'all.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
Really good day. Bye-bye.